everyone, I'm Ginny Rogers, Country 102.5 Music Director. Welcome to everybody here today. We have a live studio audience out here, and we have the band. Yes. We are very excited. We're here at the Royale, and we're in the lobby, and we're very excited to have Old Dominion with us today. Welcome to Boston.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
I'm really excited. You guys have been here before in Boston, but not at the Royale. But we saw you back in October when you opened for Chase Wright at House of Blues, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How many of you guys were there? A lot of them. See, a lot of people have seen you already.
And you came back?
No, wow. Impressive.
Now, from that performance, was there anything in particular? Was that your first time in Boston, playing in Boston?
That was my first time playing in Boston, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that was a blast because that was like early on in that tour. And I just remember going, man, if it's all like this is going to be a good tour.
We had a great audience that night, too. And everybody loved you guys. So we're back. You're here on your own this time around. So you've been in New York. You've been in Chicago, played to so many sold-out shows. This is kind of not typical for a brand new band.
No, it's not typical for this band, for sure. I mean, it's all new to us. I mean, it's pretty crazy, like, what's happening right now with everything that we're doing and the song that's kind of taking a life of its own. And so, yeah, whenever we show up and people also show up, it's exciting to us.
Isn't that fun? And so the first single, you had the first single out and was doing okay. But then through a lot of divine intervention and a lot of requests, you switched singles. So Break Up With Him is the single, and it's just taken off. You guys know the song, right? Yes, of course
Sing
you
it
do.
for us.
Just the first one.
You know, it's funny, too, because I know your management company, and I called them and I said, you guys, this is a good song, but you really ought to go with Break Up With Him. That's the hit single. And they're like, we just switched it. And I was like, all right.
Oh, I was going to say, was it your doing?
Yeah,
It was
thank
mine.
you.
I'll take credit for it. Sure. So while you were in New York, I see you went to McSorley's, the oldest bar in New York City. But I just want you to know that here in Boston, we have the oldest tavern in America. It's always about
Why aren't we
one-upmanship. See, the bell in hand. So maybe we'll go there. Maybe we'll go there later. All right. So let's talk about the single for a minute. You guys collectively are known as Old Dominion, but you're all great songwriters. You've been in the business for a long time. I'm only reading because I can't keep up with all the singles they've written for the band Perry, Say You Do, Dierks Bentley, A Guy Walked Into a Bar, Tyler Farr, Wake Up Loving You, some Sam Hunt songs, the new Blake Shelton Sangria. What else? I mean, I would say you guys are a pretty talented bunch.
Thank you.
So I know you got this question a lot, but for our online listeners, how did you guys all kind of get together? Because individually you were all successful, but then together, collectively, you're a super group.
Well, we've known each other for a long time. Some of us grew up together and went to college together, so we've known each other before any of us had any sort of success whatsoever. So we were friends long before we were actually a band. So it was, these guys were in other bands together, and we all played the same circuit in Virginia. And then I moved to Nashville and met Trevor when we started writing songs together, and it just kind of took off from there. I was playing some songs. These guys were playing with me. Trevor wrote most of the songs we were playing with us, so he jumped on stage with us. And like after a couple years of just doing that, we realized that we were an actual band and people wanted to hear us play. So
Well, that's pretty cool.
yeah,
And
there was never this moment we were like, hey guys, let's join a band and go for it.
Right, it just sort of organically
Yeah.
happened.
So the songwriting success that came. It came after we were already a band, and so songwriting success, and the momentum we had as a band sort of all snowballed together, and it's all sort of happening at one time.
And pretty cool. And you just went to the ACM Awards. I saw some pretty cool pictures on Instagram and Twitter. So
pretty good, didn't
you
we?
looked pretty awesome. I was excited because you were all in beautiful suits, really nice suits. Not everybody does that at awards shows, And Matthew, you were in white. Is that like taking the place of a white cowboy hat, like the good guy, the lead singer and all that?
That's the first time I've been accused of being the good guy.
No, you guys looked really sharp. What was your best memory from the ACMs this year? It was in Dallas, of course, instead of Vegas.
For me, it was pretty cool watching Blake Shelton do Sangria. I was a writer on Sangria, so I've seen songs that I've written be performed at different places, but I've never been in person at an award show and watched that happen. So that was pretty cool.
Does your feet get all tingly and all that?
I don't know.
You should have seen me and
Matthew?
Brad trying to eat a hot dog without getting ketchup and mustard on those suits.
Were you successful, Brad?
We were. Oh, you got a little
I
mustard.
got a little mustard on the sleeve of my shirt, but I took the jacket off.
How about you, Jeff?
It was just so cool to do the red carpet thing. It was just a new experience, and it was neat to see a bunch of friends in that environment because we know all these artists from being on the road with them, but to kind of meet up at that event was super cool.
And what about you?
Oh yeah, it was just the pageantry. I mean, it was probably probably the biggest show I've ever been a part of. I mean, being at Cowboy Stadium and everything, it was just a huge event. It was an honor to be there.
Yeah, it's crazy to like look around. We're on the red carpet going, we're on the red carpet. You know, it was pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
they're looking at me.
Yeah.
Well, I would say get used to it, guys, because you've already made a great big splash. And they are opening for Mr. Kenny Chesney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big deal.
Almost forgot.
Yeah. Kenny handpicked them. And, you know, lucky for you guys, you are on the best part of the tour, which are the last two shows, which are always at Gillette Stadium. Kenny always closes his tour here in Boston because we are his favorites. We know this. we know this. He'll tell you this. So he won't say it in front of anybody else, but he'll tell us that. So Gillette Stadium is pretty amazing, and I know you have a long way to go before you get there in August, but have you played stadiums before? You haven't? Have you been up in that?
No, that's gonna be a whole different ball game that we're in store for, and it's coming up really soon. May 2nd is our first one, so
Next week?
We're still trying to prepare.
Next week. Ooh. Do you do something differently, like when you're preparing for the stadium shows, as opposed to like tonight is a smaller venue?
Bigger motions.
Is that what? You don't sing louder?
No.
No, it is funny though, like trying to prepare. We've tried to mentally imagine what it's going to be like and tailor the set list to the stadium, but I don't think we're really going to know until we actually do that first one and sort of sit back and assess and figure out what worked and what didn't. So,
By the time we get here, we should have it dialed in.
I'm sure you will, and you'll be partying hard with all of us.
if we don't, we probably won't be coming here.
You'll be fine. Anything else you want our audience to know about you? Okay, you're a new band, but you guys are, like I said, you're seasoned writers and everything, and you're not new. You're not overnight success by any means. You know, you've all been doing this a long time. Anything that maybe I'm missing that you want our audience or our fans over here to know about you?
I think you covered it pretty good. I think we're pretty proud of our live show just because we have so much fun doing it, and I think that's a strong point that we have. So if you have a chance to come see us play, then I would say come on out.
All right. Well, this is their EP, Old Dominion. They just signed with RCA Records. That's a new thing, right?
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah,
Recreate the cover right now.
Congratulations. That's the boat. Very creative. Can't wait to see what you come up with next. So congrats on the new label deal. Congrats on the tour. Congrats on all the success. We are so excited to see you tonight again. So welcome back to Boston.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, thank you. Old Dominion on RCA Records. Thanks so much for joining us. We're live from Royale on Country 102.5. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.